Northern New Brunswick is the site. Hi, everybody. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth as we get ready for another exciting game between the Wild and the Moose. And here we go from Bathurst. Played in around, the Wild are going to try to control here in this action in what's expected to be an exciting game between both of these teams at the near the south end of the division, trying to find themselves back north. And here comes Shattuck. Jackson Shattuck moving it in. Shattuck moving in, and he can't get it, and he's knocked down as he goes in behind the goal. Played it around the side of the boards where it's going to be the Wild. It's Hudson laying it on, stopped at the boards by Thibodeau, and a centering pass there, and just couldn't find Goubeau. Back the other way comes the Wild. It's Shaw, intercepted at the line, and it'll be picked up by the Wild. They're going to dump it halfway down at least, and it's going to be Hudson down the other way. Hudson, rather, from Alberton PEI. He's making his way as the Moose are going to start in their own end. Here comes Chason, Liam Chason knocking it in along the boards. Stopped in at the line. Chason one more time. He's trying to keep it in. He just won't be able to do so. Now here come the Wild back the other way. It's Arsenault waiting, shooting. That one got blocked up in front there. A good defensive play there by LeBlanc. Savoie is in the corner. Lavoie, excuse me. And it's going to be played out through center. And it'll be later moved in there. And it will be the Wild. It's Inman. Spent last season in the U18 system in PEI, and it'll be later picked up there by the Wild. Of course, the Wild are based out of the island, and the Moose here in Bathurst as we have a stoppage in play here in the first 90 seconds of this first period of action. And we talked about both these teams trying to reel back. The Moose have lost 5 straight games. They lost yesterday 4-3 against Charlottetown. It was a 2-0 lead for them before things kind of turned not their way, and the Wild came from St. John where they lost. They won rather against St. John to give them a 2-3 record through their past 5 games. It's the Moose picking it up now, and the Wild will pick it up. It's Arsenault trying to play it out through center. Knocked it along, it's Ferdinand. Can't be sprung, and it will be Godet who will have to start in his own defensive end. Pretty back and forth hockey to start. That one brings off a skate, so no icing. And you'll have your goaltender is Rylan Aiken out to play it, moving it along. And those starting goaltenders are Aiken and Boudreau, for those of you at home. Trying to center it out in front of the Wild. They can't get it. Of course, Boudreau started last night against Charlottetown and held his own. A close contest for them. It was a 4-3 contest. Playing Caracat. Here are the Wild. They're going to start in their own zone. They're looking at Cam Taylor and roll, and it'll be Zhang. Zhang trying to play it out through center. Here comes Hoat. Hoat moving it in. Here comes Hoat trying to center it back out in front of drive, and that one got blocked up in front before it could get on a goal. Here come the Wild back again. He's got McKinnon is later moved on, and we will have a penalty call coming up here. It's going to be a hook, and we'll have our first power play of the game. And it looks like it's going to go against the Moose, this penalty. And so we'll have the Knights, the Wild up for 2 minutes or less. You know, they have KNI written on the scoreboard, so I'm thinking, okay, that's the Knights when you look up. Both teams, the Charlottetown Knights and as well as the Wild from PEI. Here's a drive by Taylor. That one stopped there by Boudreau. And at the near corner, and it'll be dumped all the way down, and we'll have the goaltender pick it up here. Going into this game, the power play for Kensington is 4th in the league, running at about 9%. Here's a drive, and that one stopped there again. Moved in along, and it's going to be the Wild. They're going to keep it in. Shaw trying to crisscross it to the other side. This way, it's later moved on by Roll, and another drive. No, couldn't get it. One more time, it's Tompkins. And around the boards. This way, it's Roll from the line. Tompkins is going to try to stop the clearing attempt. He wasn't able to do it, and it'll be sent down the length of the ice for Taylor to pick it up. Just over a minute left to go in this penalty, and that was the hook there for the Moose, and that one went against Thibodeau in his rookie year. He's got great strides, and he's looking to be a good contender next year for a good roster spot for him up on the top lines. One would think, as it's played in out and all the way down the length of the ice, it's going to be the Moose who, the Wild rather, who are going to pick it up and start in their own end. Played out through center. Here they go. It's going to be knocked all the way down the length of the ice, and it'll be the Moose who pick it up. Of course, no icing as they're battling along the boards is Simon Duguay. Just can't get it lost in the referee's feet, and this will go all the way down the length of the ice, and McGeerkin is going to play it. PEI born last year, had 8 points. Of course, this year he's tied for third on the team. Moose playing it out, and it will just get out, and a good penalty kill there by the Moose. Just 10 seconds left to go, and the power play for the Wild. A lot of chances to clear the puck, and they did that at least 4 to 5 times by quick calculation. And a turnover steal, it's the Moose, and that one is offsides. DeVoe just stopping it there at the line, and what could have been a good opportunity for a 2-on-1 there. Just over 15 minutes left to go in period one. The faceoff is going to come up just outside the blue line here. You're watching the Moose and the Wild here from Bathurst, home of the Teton. Teton played last night here, and that's why the game was in Caracat, if you were wondering. That one's played in along, and it's stopped there at the line by the Wild. Alien, and it's in along the near boards where it'll be McDonald. Crisscrossing to the other side. It's the Wild knocking it off the boards, and it'll be sent all the way down the length of the ice, and it'll go on Boudreau, who's going to try to clear it out and hope for somebody to get it. And the Wild just won't keep it in as they're going to go and tag up, and it'll be this way, picked up there by Godin. Godin trying to send it out and forward now. McDonald making some nice moves. He's stood up at the line. He won't fall down, but he'll get down. And here comes a breakaway now for the Moose. Moving in on goal. A shot and a great opportunity there. Oh, what a chance that could have been for Anthony Field to get ahead on the point scoring. He's just one notch behind that point lead for the Moose. What a good opportunity, and it went wide. Field trying to enact some revenge near the sideboards. McGeerkin playing it along. And Tompkins knocked down, and it will stay off the glass. It'll be Boudreau playing it out near the trapezoid. He's mindful of that, playing it along. Now here comes the Moose back the other way. It's later picked on there by the shot there, and it'll be sent in around behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there, and yet no one was home. We're trying to hit Thibodeau, and it'll be from the line. It's McGeerkin. Turnover, steal out in front there, and a good chance there as it was Ferdinand trying to center it out in front, but just no one was there. DeVoe trying to play it. From the line is Godin, their drive, and that one stopped there. Played it along the sideboards where it's later moved on there by Anthony Gaudet. Thibodeau shot there and looking for it to divert in traffic. It's Gaudet there from the line. Will be able to keep it in, and he's going to try to send it down low. A shot there, that one rang off the side of the goal or even the post. Ferdinand now. Great pressure here by the Moose in the opening first period in a 0-0 contest. Moose in behind the goal. They got the Wild hemmed in. Here's a drive there from the line, and a good try there by Felix Couture. 6'1", 160 pounds, and he gave all his weight into that wrister as it was a fantastic save there by the goaltender to try to track that through lots of different traffic in front. Face-off won there by the Moose. The pass crossed by Couture, unable to find his man. There's LeBlanc on the other side, and it'll be Couture out to play it. Couture, and that one's up over the snowbank and into the neighbor's yard, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. The first period of a 0-0 contest. Again, both these teams playing last night and trying to shake off the cobwebs a little bit on a 3 o'clock start. The Wild playing in St. John and then traveling up to Bathurst. That's about a 3.5 hour drive, all of it, at least, up through some backcountry roads of New Brunswick. Wild trying to move it, and it's the Moose. Here's a drive there. That one got deflected wide of the goal, and a great defensive play there by the Wild. Knocking along into the near boards, and just can't get it there. Later moved there by Inman. trying to move it and spring it. It's Alien. Alien busting it through. A shot in there. He just couldn't get a full stick on there. Great positioning there by Boudreau, not giving an inch. Back the other way come the Moose, and they're kind of moving in 2-on-2. Pass won't go, and it'll later be moved in there by Alien, who's going to dump it in there, and looks like he's going to go for a change, and will be Boudreau playing it out in the trapezoid. Off the boards, and it's the defense for the Wild, and it's going to go all the way down the length of the ice, and no icing. As it's touched up there by the Moose, they're going to move in now with burst of speed. Here comes Jackson Shattuck. Jackson Shattuck trying to center it out in front there, but yet couldn't hit Gubeau. Shattuck is really hard on that puck, and as it's floated in on goal, we'll have a whistle coming up here, but you kind of see Shattuck turn on the jets there for a moment, circling around and behind the goal, and then trying to find his way back into the puck again. So good on him, and I appreciate the effort, as they did manage to keep it in, so I guess all is good. Here are the Wild. They're going to start in their own zone. This is Zhang taking it up through center now. It's going to be knocked in along the boards and later picked on there by Boudreau. Boudreau playing it out, and it's going to be along the benches, and it'll be stomped at the line, and it will be Jackson Shattuck. Here he goes with a burst of speed. Almost had a good one-on-one opportunity. As it's the Wild, it'll be Inman playing it along, trying to spring his man, and it's McDougall behind the goal, trying to center it out in front there, but yet no one was home. Shattuck. Here he comes, Shattuck. He's coming along there. He's got Mullally on his near side. It'll be played in there by Anthony Field. Field moving it along. It's Field. He's being pressured there by two. Later moved on there by LeBlanc, who tried to help out, but couldn't really do much to help. It's the Wild coming in. A shot there, and that one just couldn't be directed in on goal. Great defense so far by the Moose. Not letting a whole lot of quality shots in on goal. Chase on. Love down there by the Moose. Lavoie. Here's a drive. No. As Anthony Field tried to get it ahead on goal and get a little bit of shooting room there. And now here comes the Wild busting in through. It's Hudson. And along behind the goal, it's Lair picked on there by Tompkins, the Charlottetown PEI born. Making some nice moves out front. Here's a drive. That one got blocked up in front. Oh, a big juicy rebound there was left over his stick. And along, it'll be sent all the way down the length of the ice, and this will be no icing. Goaltender's going to be out the plate. It'll be Taylor moving it in now. Cam Taylor scored 3 goals last year with the team. In his second year, he's already met that output so far, scoring 5. Some aftermarket pushing and shoving there at the blue line, and it'll be picked up there by the Moose. Playing along, it's Ferdinand. Ferdinand out front, can't get it there, and he'll come down all the way the length of the ice. Moose playing it, and it will go down, and this will go on to the goaltender. He's going to cover up, knowing that his team wanted to finish that last bit of the change, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. Both teams were scrambling off the ice to get a quick change, and you know, sometimes as a goaltender, realizing that your team just needs to finish that clean change is all the more to stop it. As the shots on goal so far are 5-4 in favor of the Wild. Off the draw, controlling it, shot wide. Moose picking it up near the near corner. That's Adam. That's Baxter rather. As it's knocked in along, played in through center ice, and it's later moved on there by the Moose. They're going to try to start in their own end. Heavy pressure there by the Wild. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald trying to center it out in front. It's Arsenault behind the goal. Stopped there at the line there by Alien. Alien trying to get it in there. He's battling his man. And that one is way up and out of play and heads up there on the walking track. So, of course, a souvenir for some young fan. We'll take it. As we're looking at the bottom half of this first period and a tie game and really what's been a back and forth contest so far to date. And a couple good saves on both ends by the goaltenders, as you would expect by two goaltenders who were drafted by PEI and Charlottetown this year in the QMJHL, and no one knew where the puck was for a moment, and I think the goaltender didn't either. We just knew it came somewhere near the goal, and we'll have a face-off come up here. There's a couple Wild players crashing towards the net on that one. Face-off's going to come up here, blocker side to Boudreau. Arsenault's going to take it there for the Wild, and he loses it. Lost that one to Isaiah Poirier. Drafted by the Bathurst Teton, Acadie Bathurst. As it's played in along the behind the goal. Everyone just trying to get it out, and we've seen a lot of this. Puck battles in behind the net. Trying to center it out in front there are the Moose, and it'll be played in and out. Inman playing it out along the boards. It'll be Boudreau way out of his net to play it. He'll have no problem getting that down to offensive countryman. Zhang playing it along, trying to hit McDougal. Couldn't do it. Moose playing it out through center. They'll touch up before the red line, and it'll go all the way down there for the Wild to pick it up in their own zone. This is Roll. Zhang was battling in for it, and he'll leave it to his defenseman. Jack Roll in his third season, only 3 goals in the league to date. He's got one of those this year. Jackson Shattuck moving it in. Shattuck, back pass, shot, scores! And just like that, the pass out in front, and we have our first goal of the game, and you can thank that to Tristan Goubeau. Well, getting up near his points production from last year, it's Goubeau receiving that centering pass out in front, and we have our first of the hockey game. That was the 6th shot for the Moose, and they're now up 1-0 onto a goaltender who's really showed a lot of good high-quality shots to date. A little bit about Rylan Aiken. He's 1-13 so far this year, just not his year. A 5.06 goals against average and an .875 save percentage heading into this weekend. In their own zone, the Moose can't play it. Trying to center it out in front there on the Wild, busting in through a shot there. A big juicy rebound, and what a good opportunity there. And wow, what a chance there for Hawat. Will be sent all the way down the length of the ice. Boudreau will stop it there and leave it for his defenseman. It's Simon Duguay. Jackson Shattuck moving it in. Here comes Shattuck. Shattuck. Made it around, and it's going to be Anthony Field. Moose trying to go for 2 as the centering pass. Couldn't find it there. All the way down, and it'll be Boudreau out to play it once again. Fortunately, I don't have the numbers of how many times Boudreau came out of his net to play the puck, but he's done pretty good finding it to his defenseman, and even sometimes in players in the offensive zone so far this game. We'll have to keep an eye on that as it's Taylor moving it up there, trying to hit Shaw. Shaw, drive, and rebound. And so stopped there and played into the corner. Boudreau had no problem tracking that. Here's a drive. That one got blocked up in front there by his defenseman. It'll be sent all the way down the length of the ice, and no icing. Lots of time to get back there and pick it up if you're the Wild. Cam Taylor. Moose turn it over, steals, shoots. That one went off the side of the goal. One more time, it's Field with the drive, and that one went wide off the block. Tompkins playing it around, and it's going to be the Wild trying to play it out through center. This way it's Tompkins now, and it'll be Lavoie. Moose sending it on the side of the boards. It's Chase on. He gets knocked down after trying to play it. Knocked off the puck at least. From the offensive zone, it'll be Lavoie trying to play it out. Wild moving in. This way it's Hudson. Shot, stop, rebound. One more time, it's Field. Cross pass, looking down to the other side now. Here comes the Moose back the other way. It's Chase on. Knocked in on goal, and this one will be stopped for a face-off coming up here. With just over 4 minutes left to go in the first period. A long time without a whistle there between Good chances on both ends, including a lot of sharp saves there by Boudreau, who's able to keep his team into the game and looking square on to a lot of the pucks. And his positioning has been stellar to date. Stopped at the line. It's going to be Thibault trying to center it out front there. Drive and a good opportunity there for the Moose, and that was Anthony Gaudette. Thibault for the line. A drive, and that one stopped there before it could get anywhere. Out in front again, another drive, and that one stopped there on the low shot. Lots of open net there on that shot there by Anthony Gaudette. Of course, he had 2 goals and 2 assists in his last meeting versus Kensington. His brother is on Chicoutimi in the QMJHL as well. So hockey kind of runs in his family, if you were to say. Thibodeau from the line, trying to stop it near the near boards. This way, it's going to be picked up there by the Wild. It's Tompkins now. Trying to center it out in front there. That one went wide of the goal. Off the block. Played in behind the goal. It's Cam Taylor. The Wild will play it in and out. This way, it's almost played in through center by Arsenault. Arsenault playing it in near the near boards now. There's a drive. That one got sticked aside there by Boudreau. In the far corner now, it's the Moose picking it up. This way, it's LeBlanc. On the center out in front there, a drive. No, the rebound is in the slot. Another drive. That one went wide off the save there by Boudreau. And a great shot by Arsenault low. Arsenault playing it out in his offensive end. Here's a drive, and that one stopped and squeezed together there by Boudreau, who almost looked to the side of him as if he thought it went wide off the save, but don't worry, it was in between his 2 pads, and you got to give credit where credit is due. Arsenault made a very good zone entry with a beautiful deke to kind of outlast his defender. In a 1-0 contest for the Moose here. Here are the Moose playing it up to the offensive zone. And behind the goal, it's the Wild. Can't play it. Moose turn it over. And here is Gaudette. That's Baxter, rather. Along the near boards, it's the Wild going to try to make some headway in through center. It's Isaiah Poirier. And he's going to go and tag up. He was just a spring ahead of himself. Simon Duguay. Duguay trying to center it out in front there and just couldn't spring Poirier. Back at the line, it's a drive there. That one went wide of the goal. Simon Duguay is going to go give chase, and it'll be sent all the way down the length of the ice. And this will be icing with just over 2 minutes left to go. And you're looking at 2 teams where Kensington has the lead for the second least goals for in the league, and the Moose have the least goals for in the league, but they are up 1-0 here from the KC Irving Regional Center, home of the Acadie Bathurst Teton. Here's a drive there by Tompkins. Can't play it. One more time. It's moved on there. And now here comes the Moose back the other way with a burst of speed. It's Poirier. Poirier shoots, and that one stopped there. The rebound! One more time, and it's the Wild who are going to pick it up. It's Cam Taylor. Intercepted steal, and the Moose will keep it in. Poirier looking for someone to pass to. He gets the centering pass. Baxter shoots! Scores! It's Baxter, and it's now 2-0. What a laser there, and you got to give credit for the pass out in front to find Baxter, and we have ourselves the 2-0 lead. So we'll get back to center ice here with just under 2 minutes left to go in the first period. The 2-0 contest so far. The Moose are holding their own here. Here's a drive and scores! What a goal off a sharp angle! And it's going to be a 3-0 contest. And you'd have to think that the goaltender wasn't expecting that shot. And what a shot it was there by Logan Mullally, who was just coming in off the far end, and it was a shot that went top shelf. What a laser. Mullally had 7 goals and 7 assists last year with the Moose. And he gave his team the 3-0 lead. We're starting to see the goaltending crumble a little bit for the Wild. That's Aiken in goal, and he's been drafted in the 12th round, number 215 by the Charlottetown Islanders in the QMJHL draft. He was in the goaltending camp over the summer before the Islanders got on to play, and really a hometown pickup for the Islanders. Here are the Wild. They're going to play in their own zone this way. It's Zhang. Trying to spit it out in front. It's going to be Lavoie in his own zone. In the final minute of this first period of action, a 3-0 contest here. Long drive played in behind the goal. The Wild are looking to get back into this game and make sure that this isn't a runaway. Here's a centering pass, can't get it there, and it's going to be the Moose almost turning it over and coming back the other way. Yes, they will. And it'll be played in along near the penalty box, and ahead it's Field. Field shoots, stopped, rebound! Oh, and a good opportunity there for the follow-up. One more time, it's going to be picked up there by the Moose with a drive, and Godin can't get it there. In on goal. Godin had his last point was on December 9th against St. John. You know he's looking for another one, as that will do it for the first period of action. 3-0 is the score here from Bathurst. And when we come back, we'll have the second and third period of action. It's 3-0 Moose.
Besoin de ferme de toit, murs préfabriqués ou poutrelles de plancher? Un seul nom à retenir, Léon Chouinard et Fils. Vous avez un projet résidentiel, commercial, agricole ou industriel? Ne cherchez plus, nous sommes les leaders dans la catégorie. Nos 40 années d'expertise ainsi que nos 3 usines de fabrication vous apporteront connaissance, compréhension et rapidité peu importe votre projet. Notre représentant se déplacera pour vous rencontrer afin de bien répondre à vos besoins. Léon Chouinard et Fils, les structures de bois, c'est nous.
First period scoring summary. Well, if you're just tuning in, it's a 3-0 game here for the Moose from Bathurst, New Brunswick. First goal was scored by Tristan Goubeau and assisted by Jackson Shattuck. And now the second goal was Patrick Baxter, who received a beautiful centering pass there from Isaiah Poirier. And Noah Boudreau also got the secondary assist on that one. And then late in the first period rather, it was Logan Mullally scoring. And he had that sharp angle shot here as we get ready for the second period of action. 20 minutes are put back up onto the clock. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth. And we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are, coast to coast and around the world here. As we get set here, and it's going to be later picked on there by Aliam. Played into the center ice area, it's Mullally. He's already got a goal here this afternoon. Mullally. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Bathurst, and sunshine, a little coolish, but you know, it's nothing that a jacket wouldn't hurt, and a great day for hockey. While they're playing it out, it will be McDonald. Knocked it along, it's Boudreau had to play it and almost gave it up, and a great defensive play there by the Moose to be able, that was Thibodeau keeping things strong there. It's Taylor now. In the offensive zone now are the Wild. They're going to knock it in. This will go in on goal, and we will have a face-off coming up here. Moose struggling to get over the boards there and quickly changes. I don't think they were expecting the things to go south on their end of things. Kept their own so far, both offensively and defensively to date. Faceoff's going to come up blocker side to Boudreau. Stunning season so far for him. 7-7, a .911 save percentage, a 3.38 goals against average. Played in along the near boards. Now here comes Godin. Godin moving it in. Can't spring Lavoie. It'll be knocked all the way down the length of the ice, and it will be Simon Duguay. Anthony Field. Field playing it along the near boards. It's Field knocked it along where it's going to be Boudreau picking it up now and trying to spring it ahead and forward now for the Moose, and it'll be McYerkin, but it's going to be Lavoie into it first. Lavoie making some nice moves. Lavoie shoots, stopped there by the glove. Another drive, and that one stopped there as well. That one was an absolute laser in on goal. Played it along the near boards where it's going to be picked up. Lavoie trying to play it. Shaw moving it now. Shaw trying to bust in through. Can't spring it. McYerkin. No. Played in forward now. Here comes Lavoie. Can't move it forward. Field now. Field busting in through. Field, and it's going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice, and we'll have a face-off coming up here just north of 18 minutes left to go in the second period. We talked about Boudreau, and of course his team came up short last night against Charlottetown, who are playing St. John this afternoon. On Sunday versus St. John, though, he had 5 goals allowed on 40 shots, and tough game for them in St. John. Just things didn't really seem to go their way. Here's a centering feed, can't find it. Moved in the far boards, it's going to be the Wild. Trying to shift it in. It's at the far boards. It's later moved on there by Zhang. Zhang trying to center over. Rebound shot. Oh, and he had 6 feet in net to look at. That was Cam Taylor. Sprawling across with Boudreau, and he didn't need to get there. The centering feed there for the Moose. Couldn't find it any further. Puck battle along the near boards. It's going to be later moved on there by Field. Wild. Move it. Now it is McDougall. Unable to move it any further. McDougall from Argyle Shore, PEI. 17 years old, will turn 18 on the 25th of March. Here's a drive there. That one got blocked up in front there by Thibodeau. Thibodeau trying to move it and center it out in front and forward. No. And this way it will be the Wild now. Close on the money. They're going to try to spring it ahead. And try to center it out in front there, yet no one was home. Later moved on there by McKinnon. McKinnon's wearing number 25 this afternoon for the Wild. Sprung in along the boards now, where it's going to be the Moose picking it up, trying to knock it off the boards, and now here they come back the other way, and it's going to be Ferdinand busting in through. Ferdinand, he touches it. Whoa. And we had a Wild go hard into the boards. Just slipped there in that last stride. Surely he's in quite a deal of pain. He'll go off for a change, and we'll see kind of what happens from here. You can tell he's in an enormous amount of pain. He'll take a seat on the end of the bench, and some personnel will try to assess the situation a little bit. And player was missing for the move. Of course, a little bit of confusion. There's not really a whole lot of music or anything going on. So when you hear a coach kind of shouting directions, everyone kind of looks over and tries to figure out what's going on. The whole rink stopped and looked over there for a moment. Alian from the line, a drive, and that one went wide of the goal off the save. Inman took a nice shot there. Simon Duguay. It's going to be the Moose. It's going to be moved in there by Godin. At the fireboards, it's later Marco LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to get it there now. It's the Wild. McDonald is in there. Wide. It'll be from the line. It'll be later moved in there by Cam Taylor. Trying to center it out in front there, yet no one was home. This way, it's going to be sent it ahead there by LeBlanc, almost. Inman from the line. Inman, it was lost in his skates. Inman heading forward. It's the Wild going to be on top. Here's a centering pass, yet no one was home. And we'll come back down the other way. Gaudette trying to send it in forward and hope that he could find a springing Ferdinand. Inman plays it from the red line, and it will be Boudreau and behind the goal. Eddie Doyle. It's a long springing pass. Here's the shot. No, and a good chance there for Poirier. Trying to center it out in front there yet one more time. Moose turnover, shoots, and stop there. What a try there by Poirier. Backs there into the fireboards. In behind the goal, it's going to be the Moose. Taking a check there was Bro. Trying to center it out in front there, and will be played in there by the Wild. This way, it's picked up there by Roll. Roel can't move it. Isaiah Poirier shoots. Stopped there by the goaltender Aitken, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. 3-0 is our score. Just under 15 minutes left to go in the second period of action here from Bathurst, New Brunswick. The face-off is going to come up glove side to the goaltender Aitken, who so far has led up 3 goals on 19 shots. Moose moving it now. It's LeBlanc. LeBlanc now trying to spit it ahead. It'll be knocked there by Hudson. And it will be Goubeau. Goubeau trying to get it there, and be stopped at the line there by LeBlanc. Jackson shot at getting a stick on it. Goubeau, LeBlanc. LeBlanc to the other side. It's Goubeau's shot, and that one gloved down there by the goaltender, tracking that one the whole way. And we'll have a face-off coming up here. Both of these teams, again, near the bottom of the division, trying to find some ground. The last time that they met was on January 7th in Kensington. It was a 7-4 Moose win. They had 3 third-period goals in that game. And to start this game, they had 3 first-period goals. That's really been the story of the game so far. Since that game, Kensington has gone 2-3. The Moose have gone 0-5. Lavoie trying to play it now. Trying to shoot it. Stop there, and a little aftermarket hospitality by the two. Showing a little bit of love, you know, how's things in northern New Brunswick, how's things in PEI, all that sort of good talk. Or something along those lines. Off the draw, controlling it now with the Wild. They're going to play in behind the goal now, where it's going to be later moved in through center. Just couldn't get a stick on it there was Carson McDougall, and we'll have a face-off come up here. We talked a little bit about him earlier from Argyle Shore PEI, and 2022 he played with the Mid-Isle Matrix, and they're the U18 AAA, and he was a champion there. He won the championship last year, and this year he's looking to kind of do the same. Fortunately, his team is second to last in the division, the league rather. Here's a drive. That one blocked him in front. The rebound, and Boudreau is way out of his net to play it. Of course, the playoff tournament, a lot of these teams will get into the playoffs, and they'll be playing at least a few games in there, at least, to try to give everybody an opportunity. And you never know what can happen when playoff hockey's on the line. You get these upsets. You get just things you don't necessarily expect, and it's really anybody's game. Here comes Gaudet. Gaudet moving it now. Drive, and that one went wide. Off the glass. Will be sent all the way down the length of the ice. It'll be Boudreau out to play it. He's going to try to spring Godin, but he actually instead got DeVoe. Godin loses it in his feet. Boudreau way out to play it again. Knocked it off the boards now. It's going to be DeVoe now. DeVoe, he wants the pass. He finds Gaudet. Gaudet can't take the shot. It's McDougall on it now. Carson McDougall. 2 goals, 12 assists so far of the year. That's 14 points. You're counting at home. Seamus McGurkin. Here's one to watch out for. He picks it up from McDougall now. McDougall now trying to center it out in front there, but it's turnover. Steal now. It's Poirier back the other way. Poirier busting it through. Poirier to the other side and trying to center it out in front there. The rebound is loose there, and the goaltender didn't know where it was for a moment. Back in behind the goal, the Moose trying to move it there is later moved on there by Baxter. He's got a goal so far tonight. This afternoon, rather, a shot there. It was loose and it just poked it away from the goaltender. You got to be careful of that. We're going to have a penalty coming up here. And that was a clear charge, and I don't think Moose were expecting that hit. It's DeVoe. Excuse me. And we'll have a penalty coming up here to Ryder Howat. Kensington Vipers and the Summerside Western Capitals alumni, the forward. And it'll be the Moose to the power play for 2 minutes or less. Their power play is second in the league at about 10%. Kensington's penalty kill is about 89% and good for fourth rather, excuse me. Off the draw, controlling it on the Moose. Shot there off the blocker, up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. Good blocker save there by the goaltender in the first 10 seconds of the power play. Shots on goal so far to date are 23-19 in favor of the Moose, who have a 3-0 lead here from the KC Irving Regional Center in Bathurst. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Wild. They're going to play it around the boards, and it's going to be in their own zone, trying to center it out in front there with a drive, and couldn't do it are the Moose, who will be knocked all the way down the length of the ice. Of course, no icing because this is a power play. Boudreau trying to find a good way to move the puck. It's Marco LeBlanc, and a quick change there by the Moose. Patrick Baxter now. Baxter busting in through. Can't play it in through center. Going to be stopped there at the red line there by LeBlanc. He's going to shift it ahead and forward. Realizes that when the defenseman fell down, it's Ferdinand. Stopped the line there by the Moose. They're going to try to move it out, and it will be thanks to Isaac Arsenault. Malali, Ferdinand, pass this cross. Ferdinand's gone for a change. Simon Duguay is out there on the other side. Gaudet looking for a pass. He gets it back for Poirier. Poirier from the blue line. Gaudet. There's lots of traffic out in front. He wants an open lane first. Simon Duguay. Gaudet. Duguay. Passed across. Duguay from the line. He's going to take the shot through traffic, and that one stopped there. Just over 30 seconds left to go on the penalty, and that was the charge that we mentioned before to Ryder Howat. And a good power play so far for the Moose, as they had a little bit of zone time there to be able to keep things moving Left side to the goaltender, Aiken. It is played in there by Poirier near the red line. And around the boards, it's Gaudette. Gaudette. Back. Gaudette again. Gaudette. Waiting. Passed. Simon Duguay. Duguay shoots. Blocked through traffic. Rebound. Stopped again. Two big saves there by Aiken. Trying to center it out in front there again. And it will be knocked all the way down the length of the ice. This one will go in on Boudreau, who is going to stop it with that big goal stick. He's going to look for some of the pass to. Yes, he will find that. As a quick change for the Moose. Got it. Can't play it there. Lavoie onto it. We're back to even strength. Zhang. Played across Simon Duguay. He's got Poirier now. Poirier, he's had a bit of a long shift now. He'll look soon to get off. And Gaudette, as he will as well. Knocked off the glass. Played in all the way out. It will be the Moose. Star down is Goubeau. Goubeau, here he comes. He's got the pass across. Deveau across, and that one stopped there by the big stick of the Kensington Wild, and now they're going to come back the other way with a burst of speed. Moving it along there is Arsenault. Shot, and that one is up into the neighbor's yard, and we'll have a face-off coming up here with under just over 9 minutes left to go in the second period. We're halfway through this contest, which is 3-0 for the Moose. They're on pace to deliver in 52 shots if things continue to go this way. And off to draw controlling it now are the Wild. Roll. In behind the goal, it's going to be the Moose coming out now the other way, and it's going to be Goubeau. Knocked in off the glass onto the far corner. Goubeau. Deveau. Shifting around in their own zone, it's the Moose. They're coming in with a burst of speed. Here comes a long, good chance there, and a great opportunity there for Liam Chason. Just breaking through the defense. Back the other way, Deveau now coming. Here comes Goubeau. There's a drive, and that was stopped. The rebound is loose there for a moment. Another drive there by Deveau. Back in the line now one more time. Here's a drive there, and a rebound scores! Cleaning up the dirty dishes there in front of the goal, and the Moose are now ahead by 4. What a goal there by Deveau. Just cleaning up some of that big juicy rebound. And now he scored his 3rd goal of the year. Won the U15 championships with Dieppe. It's going to be sent in around, and it'll be 4-0 for the Moose. Starting to come away. The Wild are going to try to change the fortune. Jackson Shattuck, though, has other ideas. The line, and we talked about the speed of Jackson Shattuck. Now here comes the Wild back the other way, trying to center down front there. Another drive, and that one stopped. And we'll have a face-off come up here. Very just calm. You look at Boudreau in the net, and he got that glove saved, no problem, not even a thought to it. Here's the face-off. We're going to come up to his blocker side. We've now crossed the threshold of 20 shots on goal on him so far. Here's another one. That one stopped. The rebound is loose. Back onto the side of the goal now. It's going to be the Moose coming back through center. Unable to get it there is Bro. Poirier intercepts off the skate, and it'll be sent all the way down where it'll be the Wild who are going to pick it up. Cam Taylor. Taylor spitting it ahead for Arsenault. Poirier from the line, and we'll have a face-off come up here. .7:22 left to go. And I think the Moose are being called for too many men on the ice. So Poirier is going to go into the box for 2 minutes or less. That's at least what my lip reading got me. And we'll get a little bit of confirmation as the game goes on. But it's Inman playing it out. And it'll be later picked on, and it'll be sent in out to the offensive zone. Here's a shorthanded goal! No, and what an opportunity there for Goddard, who's all alone. One more time, it's Thibodeau. Back to Baxter now. Mind you, the Moose are on the penalty kill, and they're going to dump it back into their own zone before, you guessed it, they dumped it down the length of the ice and ping-ponging it themselves for a little while. I don't think the Wild were expecting such a rush there by the Moose for sure. They play it out through center, played it along into the offensive zone. This way it's picked up there by Mullally. Into the far corner, it's the Wild, passed across, yet no one was home. One more time, it's the Wild, knocking it along and played it behind the goal. Taylor in the near side boards, battling with Mullally as well. And it'll be Goubot who drops it all the way down the length of the ice. It's Aiken out to play it. Under 50 seconds left to go in the power play opportunity. Wild moving it in their own zone. They have 20 shots so far on Boudreau, yet to find one here on the power play. Boudreau out to play it. He's going to knock it down the length of the ice and give some help for the penalty killers, who would have done probably just about the same thing. And behind the goal, it is the Wild. They're on the power play here and spent a lot of time down in that end, trying to get things sorted out, and now they're going to try. Here's a stuffing chance, and they're saying they scored. They were saying they scored, and that they have. It's Colby Hudson. Now, Boudreau is saying that it was poked in, but it will count. And it's going to be Hudson who scores the goal. Just stuffed that one into the goal, and it's now 4-1. I'm going to be honest, when I looked at it, I thought the goaltender had it, and the play was just about dead, but we have ourselves a goal, and it is now 4-1. Controlling it now is Godin. And along the boards, Godin, and he's going to dump it in for a second time. McKinnon. So we'll have to see in the intermission who, if anyone, got any assists on that. Off the suspected too many men on the ice call. That penalty was too many men. Moose, here's a drive, and that one went up off the stick. It's Ferdinand now into the corner. Ferdinand trying to center it out in front there for Godet. Here they are trying to knock it in through center now. It's going to be stopped here, and we'll have a face-off. I think they're calling a high stick. Just under 5 minutes left to go, so the armor has been cracked of Boudreau. It only took 20 shots to do so, 21 rather. 30 shots so far for the Moose. Moose winning the last game. Season series is 3-2 for the Moose, thanks to that last win against this team on the 7th of January. Looking to make it a 4-2 season series. It's Poirier from the line. Played it around, just over 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Knocked along the near boards. It's going to be picked up and later moved on there by McDonald, and play is called down on the offsides. And I mean, you look up and down this Moose lineup, you have so many key contributors who, you know, you kind of look to throughout the game. I mean, for me, I look to Isaiah Poirier, who's 6 goals, 14 assists. And he had a goal and assist in the last meeting against Kensington. Here he is. It's Poirier. Poirier moving it in, trying to drop pass. Here it is. Goubot Gubo got time, shoots, and that one stopped there by the goaltender on a slap shot. You kind of seen him streaking in through the offensive zone, and he was kind of hoping to open up things for the glove side, and it's almost as if the further he got, he realized I don't have that glove side anymore, and by then it's too late. But he had time to kind of think about what he wanted to do, and yeah, part of me was thinking that he was looking for the 5-hole there on that last shot. Simon Duguay from the line. Duguay, Lavoie, and behind the goal. Centered, shot! No, it was not shot. It was blocked up in front, and a great play there. It's McDougall. Carson McDougall shoots, and that one went wide of the goal. One more time, it's Roel. Roel from the line. Zhang into the corner. McDougall, Rogan. That's Boad, excuse me. Here's a drive, and that one stopped there by the glove of Boudreau through traffic, and that will stop the play. And we talk about some of these players on the other side, and you know, like Hoat there, who took that last shot. 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points on the season. Here's another drive. That one went wide of the goal. Played in on the near boards. It's Roel from the line. Roel passed across. Here it is. A shot by McDougall. The rebound was juicy, and he couldn't get it there. One more time. It's going to be Lavoie coming back the other way. He's got Field on the other side. Lavoie, the pass, the no, shoots again, and that one stopped. One more time, it's LeBlanc, can't play it, and now it's going to be the Wild coming back the other way. It's McDougall now. So that's Hoat, shot, no! Hoat just couldn't get it there. What a good opportunity, in by himself. It's the Moose back the other way. Field moving it in. Field, he's looking for LeBlanc, a shot there, that one went wide off the save. Wild coming back the other way. Moose trying to change, and now it's going to be Alien. Arsenault. A little bit of intensity here in the second period. LeBlanc. Lavoie can't play it. Gubo shoots, and that one off the glove. Played up into the far corner now. It's going to be later picked on there by the Wild. It's Dwyer. Played it out through center. Turnover, steal. It's a shot, and that one went wide off the save, and a good opportunity there for the Moose. Logan Mullally trying to cash in again. Gubo stopped there at the line there by Simon Duguay. The pass is to the near side. Waiting out in front. Back to the line. Shoots go down, and that one got blocked up in front. Logan Mullally now. He's got Simon Duguay at the line. He passes it to him. Simon Duguay, the other side go down. Mullally out in front. The other side, shot, and a big save there, and what a good opportunity there for Noah Bro. The pass came across. What excellent pressure there by the Moose there in the offensive zone. And you can almost call it textbook. They had the Wild on the run for sure. As the face-off's going to come up blocker side to the goaltender for the Moose. Out in front, they're trying to stuff that one in, and the Moose just couldn't do it. It's going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice, and this will be icing. Just over a minute left to go in the second period of action. Zach Power here in the broadcast booth from the KC Irving Regional Center in Bathurst, New Brunswick, in a game between the Wild and the Moose. Of course, the Wild based out of PEI, Kensington. Moose here are in Bathurst. Here's a drive, and that one got blocked up in front. Played into the corner now. It's Ferdinand. Ferdinand playing it around the boards. Later moved on by DeVoe. Blanc trying to stop it up the line. It's LeBlanc now. LeBlanc from the line. Waiting. LeBlanc. No, that one came out of the blue line, and that one will be stopped here. LeBlanc not happy with himself. There is the face-off's going to come up outside the blue line. Moose trying to get some late period offense. It would be a lot of momentum if the Wild did come out and spark some kind of offense here. It's turnover, steal. The Wild now in the offensive zone. Played it along where it's going to be Hudson. Trying to center it out front there, yet no one was home. One more time, it's going to be later moved in around there by the Moose, and it's going to be Thibodeau. Long stringing pass, can't hit his man there, and that one was Gaudette. From the far corner, it's going to be down for Cam Taylor, who's going to pick it up from his goaltender. Taylor now, 20 seconds left to go in the period. LeBlanc is going to go down, and he will be the recipient of the face-off, which is going to come down the other way. Just a couple seconds left to go in the second period. Kensington coming from St. John last night. And a game that finished late. That was an evening game, and here we are this afternoon. St. John is playing Charlottetown, who came from up here. So a bit of a trade, I guess. The Wild going to head back to PEI to play Charlottetown on Friday, and that will do it. 40 minutes are down, and we'll be back after this short break. It's 4-1 for the Moose here from Bathurst.
Besoin de ferme de toit, murs préfabriqués ou poutrelles de plancher? Un seul nom à retenir, Léon Chouinard et Fils. Vous avez un projet résidentiel, commercial, agricole ou industriel? Ne cherchez plus, nous sommes les leaders dans la catégorie. Nos 40 années d'expertise ainsi que nos 3 usines de fabrication vous apporteront connaissance, compréhension et rapidité peu importe votre projet. Notre représentant se déplacera pour vous rencontrer afin de bien répondre à vos besoins. Léon Chouinard et Fils, les structures de bois, c'est nous.
And Liam Chason. On the other side, it's Colby Hudson who scored, and he also got an assist from Cregan Tompkins, as well as Jordan Shaw. That was a power play marker at the second period at 5:29. 3 penalties during that, an interference, too many men for the Moose, and as well as a roughing on Howat. But we will move on, and it's going to be Hudson who's going to start this period in the penalty box. And it'll be a power play for the Moose. I didn't catch that late period penalty, but we will see how the third period goes here in Bathurst. As we're underway, it's the Moose and the Wild. Here are the Moose starting in their own zone. They're on the power play. Taking it up through center. Here they go. It's going to be later moved in there by Simon Duguay. Bro, front of the line. Poirier, waiting. Poirier to the line. Poirier again. Poirier waiting with it now. Simon Duguay. Poirier, Duguay. Passed across. Poirier shoots, and that one stopped there by the goaltender. And that one was an Alexander Ovechkin type one-timer. That had a little bit of mustard on it going on to the goaltender. And we'll have the face-off coming up here to the glove side of that goaltender, Aitken, who's so far lit up 4 goals on 34 shots. At the line, it's Simon Duguay. Waiting for it. Poirier's on the open side. Duguay just keeps it in. Sent down and around where it's going to be later picked on by Gaudette. Trying to center it out in front. Gaudette. Duguay. Poirier. Poirier. Duguay. Other side. Poirier knocked in through his skates. He falls to his knees, and it's kept in there by Duguay. That's Gaudette, rather, battling in for it. It's going to be Bro. Bro. Trying to center it. Here it is. Pass is going to come out to Poirier if it is, and it is. Poirier waiting with it at the line. It's Poirier trying to center out back and shot. Stop. Rebound. Out in front. And that one stopped there by the goaltender, Aitken, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. 31 seconds left to go on this power play for the Moose, who had some prior chances earlier in this game. We talked about their power play, which is second in the league heading into this game. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Wild. They're going to drop it all the way down the length of the ice. As a good clear there by Cregan Tompkins. Maybe one last chance for this power play to get set up and possibly get some time while they're ahead. Are the Moose now in through the red line, into the blue line. Coming in around the circles and behind the goal. Mullally. At the boards, Mullally. Mullally. Baxter. Shot. Stopped there, and that one was Ferdinand taking that shot there. LeBlanc, excuse me. Another long drive from the point, and that one will be stopped there. A long-range shot there by Marco LeBlanc. Played a few games in the Maritime Junior Hockey League with Grand Falls. A couple players who've made some cameos in that league so far this year. It's the Moose shooting, and that one stopped there. Played it around behind the goal. It's Tompkins now. Heading forward, it's going to be Thibodeau. Ferdinand. Godbout. Godbout shoots, and that one wide. I do apologize for mispronouncing the name earlier, and I hope I did get it right. My French skills aren't yet on par. It's a learning process for sure. Played in all the way down. Going from a primarily Anglophone household, but you know, New Brunswick's a great wonder in that sense. Tompkins now playing it around the near boards. Along the far side. It's going to be knocked all the way down. The Wild could have had an opportunity to stop it there at the line. They were going out for a change, but probably worked out better this way as it's called on the icing here. When you look at both of these teams and you look at their record, the Wild are 10-15. The Moose are 8-17, trying to break a 5-game slump. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Wild. They're in the offensive zone. Moose will pick it up first, and it's going to be Thibodeau. Thibodeau now. Lost in his skates. Picked up there by McDougall. McDougall now trying to center it out in front there. Couldn't find Ryder Hoat. From the line, it's going to be, that's in the bench. And we'll have a face-off coming up here. And a little bit of confusion trying to find the puck, and hopefully they can recycle and get another use out of it. Face-off will come up outside of that bench where the puck was there for a moment. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Moose. They're going to play it in their own zone, and it's Godin. Baxter. Here's Baxter moving it down the other way. Ahead, it's Poirier. Shot, scores! It squeaked through, and it's 5-1. What looked to be a harmless shot right through the wickets, and it is a 5-1 contest with just over 16 minutes left to go in the third period. And you got to feel for Aiken, who is so far 3-13 on the season, trying to find some sort of wins. You've seen him in the intermission come out when there's just about 5 minutes left to go after the coaches talk, and he stood out and stood on the bench, just staring at the ground, just trying to find some focus, trying to find some momentum and get back into it. And give credit where credit's due. He has played pretty solid so far given the circumstances, and just trying to find that focus and get back into the game. He has a bright career ahead of him. He had an excellent camp with Charlottetown and PEI in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League this past summer. Things are a little different from now, but you know, brighter days ahead. Here are the Wild, it's McDonald, it's going to be now Taylor, and played in around through center. You're looking at Patrick Baxter, and you're also looking at the puck that went up into the bench. KC Irving Regional Center from Bathurst, New Brunswick. That's the site. Zach Power up here in the broadcast booth. I do want to thank you so much for tuning in. It's a real pleasure to be able to do this, and we'll have a penalty call coming up here. And it's going to be a slash. And it's going to be McDonald. Matt McDonald, who is looking around curiously, but there was a slash on it, and the referee in the far corner called it. And, so it will be another power play for the Moose and another chance for them to get back and continue to push forward. They've regained that 4-goal lead that they once had. From the line, it's the defense of the Moose. Ferdinand shoots! Pad save, back at the line. It's later moved on there by Godin. Ferdinand shoots, stopped there by the goaltender of Aiken. And we'll have a face-off coming up here. Just 16 seconds gone in this penalty. Off the draw, controlling it now are the Moose. Ferdinand. Cross, he picks it up again. Waiting for it at the blue line. It's later moved in there by Godin. Shoots, stopped there through traffic into the corner. It's later moved in there by Field. Godin, Ferdinand waiting from the near side and just can't play it out, and it's going to be Taylor back the other way. Cam Taylor, the defenseman. Long stick into the corner now. Field later moved in there by Arsenault. Stopped at the line and capped in. No, it will not be. Delayed offside, and we will have a face-off coming up here, and that will be just outside of the blue line. It looked for a second as if the referee wasn't going to call it, but it did come out, even by the slightest of hairs, which causes what we have here now. It's going to come outside the bench of the Moose, and here we are. Off the draw, that aforementioned Moose team has it now. They're going to play it into center, knocked in a lot, and that one is up into the bench as well, off a deflection, and we'll have yet another face-off coming up here. 41 shots the Moose have taken so far. 24 have been taken by the Wild. Wild, of course, based out of PEI, Kensington. Beautiful area. My memory does serve me correct. I'm sure it is. Simon Duguay is going to play it up. Of course, Bathurst is pretty nice as well. Poirier from the near boards. Poirier trying to center it out in front there and can't hit Simon Duguay. Anthony Gaudette, rather. Poirier with another drive. That went wide. Gaudette back of the line. Poirier. The other side. No. Later moved in there by Bro. And it's going to come out Simon Duguay. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. One more rush, maybe. Here's Poirier. He's got Gaudette on the back side. It's at the line there for Duguay. Drive. No. Lavoie can't. Lavoie. Pass across. Shot. Stopped. Played into the corner. Back to even strength. Poirier. And it was McDonald coming back quickly for it. McDonald, here he is. McDonald passed, and that one went wide. Lavoie. Bro. Played in and out. Here it is. It's the Moose trying to come in through a shot there, and that one couldn't get deflected in on goal. It's a turnover, steal, and back the other way comes Hoat. From the blue line, it's going to be Thibodeau. It's been all Moose so far. Yes, they've had some power play time, but they've been even controlling an even strength, as here they are again. Thibodeau. Down there by DeVoe. Tompkins now moving in. Here comes Tompkins for the Wild, and that one went up and wide off the stick that went flying there, and I believe that one belonged to, I don't know who it belonged to. I don't know who it belonged to, but you know what? It was picked up, and that's all that matters, I guess. Here's McKinnon. He's going to start in his own zone. It's Saturday after all, folks. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday wherever you're tuning into, coast to coast and around the world on Facebook, and as well later on YouTube. If you're listening in the future, well, I'm sure you already know the score of the game. And here it is. We are going to see a long shot there by the Moose. That one won't get in on goal, and that one's up over the netting, and we'll have a face-off call coming up here. Looks like the face-off will come up glove side to the goaltender, Ryland Aiken, number 33 from Cornwall, PEI. Another nice area of the island, of course. 506 goals against average heading into the weekend, an 875 save percentage on the season. Here it is, Gaudin across the boards, across the line rather, and it's going to be played out on the far corner. And it'll be the Wild going to try to gain some traction in through center. It's Tompkins now. Going to start a shot, and that is country mile offside, as Tompkins just couldn't get back there in time for the whistle. Face-off's going to come up outside of the bench of the Moose. Out the draw, controlling it now are the Moose. They're going to set in their own zone. Going to be played in around the boards. It's Lavoie and Taylor now. Taylor, that's coming up into the broadcast booth. We'll have a face-off coming up here. Of course, I did play goalie in my days of hockey, but I wasn't good, and that's why I backed away when it came up. So you have no worries about that. I was a lot better at dodging the pucks than I was saving them, unfortunately. Tompkins. And we're going to have face-off come up here. Interference. And a penalty. Gaudin got tied up along the boards. Gaudin is going to go into the box and kind of run out of track there and didn't really have much choice but to bowl over the Wild. But, you know, here we are, and we're going to have that power play opportunity come into effect for the Wilds, and they already have one power play goal. That's their only goal so far. And need I remind you that their power play is running at about 9%, good for 4th in the league. The penalty kill for the Moose is running at about 85%, which may seem good, but it's actually last in the league. Very strong special teams in this league, as opposed to what you would see in the NHL. Boudreau is going to get that one all the way down the length of the ice, and the goaltenders will play ping pong. Aiken now playing it in behind for his defenseman. Moved in around by the Wild. It's Arsenault. Moose turnover, steal, out in front, shot, and a big save there, and a good opportunity. And what a chance there for Patrick Baxter to knock in another one. That one's shorthanded, and you'll start to see that a little bit about the Moose as well, is they're able to come on out and get some good shorthanded opportunities. They did good that time. And hence we have the face-off coming up here. Off the draw, the Moose win it, but it'll be the Wild who will eventually get the full control of it when Jack Dwyer picks it up. From Massachusetts? Massachusetts? You know what? He's from the U.S. We're going to keep it at that. I'm not going to try that, say that big long word. Here they come on, shot, scores! Samuel DeVoe, all alone, up over the blocker's side. And it is now a 6-1 contest. Well, when you talk about turnovers and then you see the aforementioned shot, I mean, what a good opportunity there, short-handed. And it's a 6-1 contest with just over 10 minutes left to go in the third period. The Moose scored 7 goals in their last game against the Wild, and they're just about on track to do that as well. They've had 46 shots so far in this game. I don't know what else to say about that besides wow. And you got to give credit where credit is due. Aiken, I've said before and I'll say it again, he's been playing good so far for the Wild. Just a couple of opportunities for the Moose that they capitalized on, and that's going to happen when you have 46 shots on goal. Played in behind, it's the Moose going to pick it up. It's Simon Duguay. Being pressured by 2. He's going to get some help there from his Gadbout, his teammate. Gadbout knocking it off the boards, and it's going to be sent down the length of the ice. It'll be the goaltender who's going to be out to play it. Hoat now. Hoat moving it in. Sent it around. It's going to be McDougall giving chase. Boudreau's out to play it. It's going to be stopped there at the line there by the Wild, and it's going to be Cregan Thompson. It's going to be sent all the way down, and now here comes the Moose coming back the other way. It's Godin. Godin from the nearest side boards. Battling in there with Poirier, giving him some help. Poirier, and behind the goal, centering it back to the point. Drive, and that one is up into the netting. And we'll have a face-off come up here. It's a really tough call to see because it just hit the top of the glass into the netting. This was a good call by the referee to catch that because not a lot of people would. And they would see it, okay, hit off the glass, but there's a good chance there, and we'll have a face-off come up on the glove side. The linesman on the other side is gonna kick out the Wild, and we'll try again. Baxter told to shimmy down a foot. Off the draw, controlling it now is Baxter. It's Thibodeau kept in there by Bro, but it will be the Moose who will eventually pick it up and send it back down the other way. Leader moved on there by the Wild. It's Cam Taylor. Inman ahead. Tompkins. Moving it forward is Hudson. Hudson missed 6 games prior to this week with an injury. He came back to play against St. John yesterday at the Qplex in Quispamsis, just outside St. John. Poirier now. Moving it along, it's the Wild stepping it in through. Shot, stop, the rebound, in behind the goal, trying to center it back. No, McKinnon was waiting for it to come to him, but instead it'll be the Moose who will get there first. It's Poirier busting it through. Poirier! No, he couldn't get it there. One more time, it's going to be picked up and moved it around. Poirier just getting a stick on it, and he's out for a change. Wild going to start in their own zone. Heavy pressure there by DeVoe. And here we go again. Shaw, who's going out for a change, it hits off him, DeVoe, and it's the Moose in their own zone. It's going to start in ahead. Knocked it off the grass. It's Ferdinand. Played it now. Here comes Goddard. Goddard busting it through. Goddard! No! And he had so much net to look at, and he missed. Moose coming back the other way. Godin. Heavy pressure in this third period as well. McKinnon back to play it. Ferdinand. Head. There's a drive there, and that one stopped there. And a wrist shot by Arsenault. Another drive, that one went off the mask of Boudreau. Arsenault. Trying to get it ahead. And behind the goal, trying to spring it out. Now here comes the Moose back the other way. They're going to come in now with a burst of speed. Knocked it along the boards. Ferdinand. No. They're going to delayed offsides there. So a little bit of confusion on the Moose side, who thought they were clear in. Good spot there by the linesman to tell everyone to get back. Thibodeau. Ahead. Moose. Moving it. Taylor shoots, and that one went off the glove there, Boudreau. Moose coming back with a burst of speed, 1-on-3. Looking for the drop pass. It's going to be later picked on there. And a drive by Field. No. Couture. Felix Couture. And off a skate. Another shot there on the rebound. Moose the other way now. It's going to be later picked on there by Dwyer. Knocked it around and behind the goal. It's going to be picked up there by Boudreau. And played in and out. McKinnon stopping it there at the red line. Sent all the way in and out. Chase on. Head and shot went wide of the goal. Here are the Moose. Here's a shot there. That one got blocked up in front. Dwyer trying to move it now. Chase on knocking down his man from the near corner. And I think it's going to be Chase on, is it? Referee's telling them next one's going to go. Field taking a bit of a push there. Nothing too major, and we'll have a power play come up for the Wild. And of course, it's a little late to be coming back into the game for the Wild, who are down 6-1, but a good chance to crack Boudreau, who's so far stopped 25 of 26. The timekeeper trying to signal back the referee. I think they were trying to figure out if it was a 2 or 4 for head contact, and those penalties are critical ones at that, especially at that juncture of the game. A tough one to take, but it happens. Taylor ahead. It's going to be later moved on there by McDougall. From the far boards, it's going to be sent down the length of the ice there by the Moose. Under 5 minutes left to go in the third period. 3:30 left to go in the power play. Hoat now. Hoat! No! Stopped there by Boudreau. Back of the line. Inman. Sorry, that was Cam Taylor. Inman's there on the other side. But other way, it's stopped there by the goaltender, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. We talked about Boudreau. He's 7-7 on the season. .911 save percentage, 6th in the league for that. He's also got his 3.38 goals against average. Of course, his numbers are pretty good looking so far this afternoon. Played in on the far boards where it's going to be Shaw. Shaw leaving it now, Hudson. Hudson, Shaw. Out in front, no. Tompkins. Back of the line, other side. Tompkins. Tompkins shoots, and that one off the side of the goal. Boudreau didn't know where it was for a moment. Playing it around, and it's almost out in front there one more time. Here comes Tompkins. Passed across McKinnon. Other side. Tompkins. Tompkins now. He's got McKinnon there who's going to stop it for him. Played it around where it's going to be later moved on there by Shaw. On the other side, Moose being hemmed in. It's a drive that didn't go anywhere. McKinnon. Tompkins. Tompkins waits, shoots. Stick aside there by Boudreau. Didn't think he had it there. One more time, McKinnon. Tompkins. Moose being hemmed in. Wild, controlling, shooting, no! Picked up there by the Moose, can't keep it out. Poirier, and now the Moose are going to come back with a burst of speed. And I don't think they'll be able to get there in time. Back the other way. It's Shaw moving it in. He's got Hudson there. Shaw making some nice move. He's upended. Tompkins ahead and behind the goal. It's going to be later moved in there by Cam Taylor, the defenseman. Shaw went in for a change, and it will go down the length of the ice. McDonald now, past ahead, and here it comes down the other way. Battling in there is Cam Taylor. McDonald, waiting, shooting, and gloved there by Boudreau, who gives a little how do you do at the end when he realizes that's in his glove. Great tracking there to be able to make that glove save. That's the 30th shot of the game for them. 47 shots for the Moose, 30 for the Wild. Here are the Moose. They're going to play it in through center. It's Gaudette. Gaudette now, and it's played it around the boards, which is going to be the Wild coming back the other way. It's Arsenault coming in here with a burst of speed. Here comes Arsenault, the one-man band. He's looking for someone to pass to as he gets knocked down. Arsenault again, he's still got it. Arsenault played out in front there now. It's Chason. No, sorry, that's Alien. Knocked like the ice. Stopped there by the goaltender, who will leave it out there for Luke Ingman. Spent last season in the U15 program in PEI. Goal and 4 assists. McDonald. McDonald trying to bust it in through. McDonald out front. No, can't get it there. It's Lavoie on the far boards. McKinnon now. 20 seconds left to go on this power play. No results yet for the Wild. Penalty kill strong for the Moose. Although they were hemmed in for a good portion of this 4-minute opportunity, which is now coming to an end with Chason coming out of the box. And here comes the Wild. They're going to play it in behind the goal. Boudreau being hemmed in. Chason. Chason now. McDougall. Field. In the far corner, it's going to be picked up there by the Wild. 40 seconds left to go in this third period of action in a 6-1 contest. Chason. Chason waiting with it. The pass, the back, no! And we have a penalty coming up here, a cross-check late in the game, which will bring some aftermarket festivities. Both teams not too happy in some capacity. Referees trying to break them up. McKinnon's in there. They can't get him free. We'll finally get each other unstrapped on the glue. And now there's some more activity at the bench. Two teams talking as they're going off. Both these teams clearly don't like each other. Boudreau in the final third. It's going to take us home. In the offensive zone, it's going to be Moose who are trying to keep it in. And it's the Wild who eventually will clear it out. Boudreau out to play it. Probably the first star. You're taking it in that sense. Stopping 31 of 32 shots for the Moose. Give credit to the other goaltender on the other side, Aiken, and that will do it for the third period of action. 6-1 is the final score. The Moose coming away and breaking a 5-game losing skid, and they get some extra much-needed points, and they now have 9 wins on the season. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, and we'll be back again, and we'll see you next time.